is Valley News Live at 4.
We begin today with some local breaking news just into our newsroom. Police need your help finding the person they say is connected to a vehicle fire early this morning. Take a look. It happened in the 900 block of 4th Avenue South in Fargo near Island Park. If you have any idea who this person is, call investigators at 701-241-1405, text a tip, or submit one online. We have the link to do that right on our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. We're also following some breaking news for you this afternoon out of Red Lake, Minnesota. FBI agents say a Red Lake officer was shot and killed as they were responding to a call this morning at a home near Redby. The shooting happened near the Red Lake Indian Reservation, but details on what exactly led up to that shooting aren't clear. The FBI says one person has been taken into custody. The Red Lake Tribal Council chairman has ordered all tribal programs and businesses to lower flags to half staff for the rest of the week. Names of those involved hasn't been released. New developments now in a story we've been following for you for months. Today in a special meeting, Fargo City Commissioners voted to continue the suspension of the Africa Bar and Nightclub's liquor license until further background checks on management and security personnel are completed and reviewed by the city. This comes after the Fargo police chief expressed several areas of concern, including the shooting death of one employee at the club. The club now has another new manager, and he says Fargo police are nitpicking everything that has happened at the club and presented to the city commission with incorrect information.
We've lost a month of no service because of the decision that you took and the lies that you told the commission. So I would like for you to also apologize to that, because it's not fair, and you know that.
The club's liquor license was suspended just before the July 4th holiday for 30 days. Tune in tonight to Valley News Live at 6 as Valley News team's Bailey Hurley digs more into today's decision. Just like our First Alert Storm team told you, it's hot out there. Temperatures are in the 90s for many of us. Here with the very latest is Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Stacy. As we head into our evening, that hot weather is going to continue across the valley. Hopefully you're finding a way to stay cool. First and foremost, let's go ahead and take a look at our Skycam. We definitely have that hazy condition out there. Oh, let's go to the visible satellite, and you can actually see on the visible satellite this kind of hazy appearance to the atmosphere in the northern portion of the valley. We have clouds building in out to the west. Now, as we head through our evening, not going to be totally cool. In fact, everybody is near 90 degrees as we head into the evening hours. Even up near Canada, it's 88 degrees. We have temperatures in the 90s down to the south and some triple-digit heat in the western Dakotas. Now, factor in the moisture in the air. Dew points are in the 70s here down south, and that's very sticky air we typically would see in the Gulf of Mexico. It's much drier up north, but because the southern counties have that high amount of moisture in the air, there are heat advisories and even heat warnings across our region. Here's a look at your planning forecast as we go through the evening hours. We're expecting temperatures to be steady in those upper 80s through most of the evening. I think we could see a thunderstorm or two, but I'll have the timing and details on that here. That's probably going to be much later. So we'll fill you in a few moments.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch. Fargo police say they've identified the 24-year-old man as the person of interest in a case we first told you about last week. Police say this person is responsible for crashing his car into an apartment building off of 48th Street South and running away. A woman and a baby were inside the apartment at the time of the crash, but they are said to be okay. This person could be charged with reckless endangerment. The search is still on for this man, 25-year-old Oscar Ortiz. He's considered to be armed and dangerous and wanted in connection to a murder that happened over the weekend in western North Dakota. Police say they tracked Ortiz down this morning in the 3600 block of 8th Street South in Moorhead, but he was able to run away from them. Police impounded his car and arrested one of his friends. Ortiz is 5'5", 160 pounds. Police say he's wearing blue jeans and a long sleeve blue shirt. If you see him, call 911 right away and don't approach him. Some startling numbers today from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety, which is reporting that last year brought the highest number of murders the state has ever seen. Here with the breakdown of the data is Valley News team's Mike Morkin. Mike.
Thanks, Stacy. Minnesota recorded a nearly 17% increase in violent crimes in 2020. And as you alluded to, most notably, there were 185 murders. That compares to 117 in 2019. Now, here are some of the other crimes that were up drastically over 2019. Over 700 arson cases reported. That's up over 50% from 2019. Over 13,000 vehicles were reported stolen. That's up 20% from 2019. And there were 31 officer-involved shootings reported in 2020, an increase of 6 from 2019. Now, another big number, the value of stolen property in 2020, it topped $216 million. One area that's down, human trafficking crimes at 81 reports. Stacey?
All right, thanks, Mike. You can check out that full report released today. Just head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection held its first hearing today with testimony from 4 members of law enforcement who were on the front lines the day of the attack.
You know, they outnumbered us 50-something to 1, so it didn't matter how many we defeated. We just had to hold on. We couldn't let anyone through. And
2 other officers also gave emotional testimony in today's hearing. We'll be bringing you more throughout the evening right here on Valley News Live. The CDC is updating its masking guidance as new cases of the coronavirus continue to surge nationwide, especially among the unvaccinated. Manuel Bojorquez reports from Miami, Florida, a state that accounts for 1 in 5 of the nation's new COVID cases.
The CDC now says that fully vaccinated Americans should wear masks in indoor public settings where there is substantial or high transmission of the coronavirus.
We're not saying that wearing a mask is convenient or people feel like it, but we are telling you that that is the way to protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and that's why the CDC is issuing this guidance.
The updated guidance comes as officials say the highly transmissible Delta variant is causing a surge of cases and hospitalizations, especially in unvaccinated Americans.
Delta is more capable of infecting younger people, and there are plenty of examples of sick, unvaccinated children now across the country.
The CDC is also recommending all staff and students wear masks in K-12 schools, regardless of vaccination status.
Masking is really important, and it's painful to see the states that are banning mask mandates in schools, because that's going to cost lives and that's going to cost our kids learning.
The CDC says just about half of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated. To increase that number, the Biden administration announced $121 million in grants to more than 100 community-based organizations in underserved communities.
Take it, do the right thing.
62-year-old Curtis Sanderlin did not get vaccinated, but is now urging others to get the shot. He recently lost his wife to COVID-19 and is fighting for his life at this Jacksonville hospital. More than 1 out of every 5 new COVID cases in the U.S. are in Florida. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News, Miami.
Now, with this announcement, meanwhile, Valley News Live has just learned masks will be optional for students and staff in both the Fargo and West Fargo school districts for the upcoming school year. You can read much more on that on our website and join the conversation on our Valley News Live Facebook page. Breaking news just into our newsroom. 25-year-old Oscar Ortiz, wanted for murder in western North Dakota, has been taken into custody. We have much more on that on valleynewslive.com. But first, the most decorated gymnast in the world walks off the mat. She speaks out about mental health and why she left a competition.
And it's hot out there, and it will continue for at least one more day. In fact, some areas with heat indices between 95 and 105 degrees. We'll have details on a change in the forecast as we go through your midweek day next.